All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the stream. Breaky CPK here, of course, and ready to play some more Ultimate Rivals: The Rink. So, welcome to the stream. This is Inside Ultimate Rivals. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we hop on the stream, play some Ultimate Rivals: The Rink. Sometimes we play the court. Obviously, not doing that anymore currently. Waiting for more stuff to come out on that, but mix it up. Really, just here to hang out, talk Ultimate Rivals, talk whatever makes sense, and have a good time. We go usually for about a half an hour or so is the game plan. So I suppose without further ado, let's jump on into it. And yeah, with that in mind, if you do have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you may have, but no guarantees. Ooh, Mookie Betts in. He gets taken away. Here comes a one-timer. Easy peasy. Aim pass goal. Oh. The steal. One timer is so easy. Nailed it. What's up, wife? Mike, how's it going, man? Here we go, indeed. Getting more excited about the court. I really am excited for beta to finally go out so that, if anything, I can queue up and play against other people online when that's available, too. So I will say I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be available right away, at least in the beta. But again, as somebody that just comes from a competitive background and playing a lot of these games in online PvP element, I look forward to that the most when that is ready. So knocked him. Easy goal. Well, the Rink update with the WWE people too? Not initially, but so I think the plan is that it will happen as far as athletes that are available in the court and new athletes in the court. They'll also then eventually be available in the Rink as well. The idea is going to have them cross game, right? So I don't know if the timelines are going to be 100% lined up to where as soon as they're in the court, it'll be available in the Rink. I can't confirm on that. But that is the ultimate game plan, of course. No. One timer's just feeling good. Oh, they're clumped. Ah, ha, ha. Mookie, what are you doing? Mookie, get the puck. What are you doing? He's just standing. I missed because of that. I went to go control Mookie Betts, and I was still on Wayne Gretzky. That's funny. Either way, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it just feels good. That's dope. How Ultimate Rivals, Universe and the Rink and the Court are just extensions. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's kind of it's crazy knowing that we're in the beginning stages of this project, right? We really are, and obviously the Rink has been out for over a year now, and we've announced the Court that's going to be coming out in the near future, but it's still so early on, and what we expect and really hope and definitely expect for when it comes to the Ultimate Rival universe to be around for a very long time. Like, so it's kind of cool knowing that, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be able to work for the company that's, you know, starting off with this in its infancy, and obviously you can never be 100% sure and guaranteed or anything like that, but I do think it's safe to say that we have an amazing product here with all the potential in the world moving forward. And again, it's just cool knowing that, you know, we're here at the beginning of it. So gonna look back 5-10 years from now and be like, yep, I remember playing the Court or playing the Rink way in the beginning, and how much it's developed over that time and improved in a lot of ways, but still knowing what great of a game it was in the beginning stages as well. So in the next decade, yeah, that's awesome. And, you know, that's a game plan for me too. It's I've been fortunate enough, like I said, to work in the video game industry for a good 10 years now, at least on some level, one level or another. Mainly getting really into it in the esports world and competitive gaming side of things. And so I've worked on several projects, but never one, like I said, in the very early kind of the beginning stages. But knowing that this, you know, if everything goes right, that this will be, you know, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but my life's work in a lot of ways, right? Like, especially if we go for 10 plus years, and who knows more after that. That would be awesome to be able to say, you know, and have it be part of my life and everything for my adult life. So, but again, I don't want to sit here and make it seem like it's 100% guaranteed that's exactly how it's going to play out. I've never been somebody that to be that, but certainly the potential is there. I'm just very interested too to see how it develops, because even with the Court, like seeing where we went from with the Court in the very beginning, where, you know, people, the public hasn't been able to see yet, or see in general, like they probably never will, like a lot of games, you know, you got to start somewhere, but seeing where it started and where it is now, especially, knowing that that improvement possibility is there, is really cool. Let's get a football player in there. Let's get soccer. Teamwork. Boom. What is this? Sorry, got distracted there. This feature, we have an Olympic decathlon-like event. So yeah, it's funny you say that because that's one of the ideas that I've been pondering and wanting, very curious, because it's definitely something I definitely want to execute on. It's just a matter, I don't know how much it's going to take off, but kind of that idea where, you know, once we do have more Ultimate Rival games, obviously we got the court and the rink, and, you know, we've announced that we're going to be doing some other stuff like a football game, etc. When we have more of them out, even just 3, but perhaps more, having tournaments based around the concept that, so like you do a best out of 3 series where the first game is the hockey, you know, best of 3 series against somebody else. You play one game on hockey, you play another game on basketball, and then the third game would be on a football game if it comes to that, right? So like that idea that you're truly the Ultimate Rival champion of all of these sports, not just one of the games. But at the same time, we understand that there's, you know, people out there that prefer certain sports over the others. So, you know, I certainly still want to run events based around single games as well, and potentially those will be the main ones anyways. God, that Nightbot. I really need to tone down that Nightbot. Sorry that you got deleted there. I saw your message, but for some reason it likes to overreact to symbols and stuff. But yeah, man, I'm just, I really am just, I want to get events going, man. I can't stress that enough. Definitely excited to finally get some events going, even if it's on a smaller scale. Just get some events going, really start to get in that vibe. seeing how players enjoy it, what we learn from it, and etc. And obviously the evolution of it from manually ran tournaments in the beginning to kicking up production, you know, being able to commentate on games happening and watching players play against one another. It's all the levels. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get knocked out. You can't wait to get to your new Apple TV this weekend. Nice. Apple TV is honestly really nice. So don't know if I should be admitting this or not, but I have never been an Apple person before I joined BitFry Games. I was zero Apple, never had an iPhone, never really any Apple products ever, Mac or anything. Ever since joining the company, obviously, naturally, I, got some of their products, really through having to try it out and test and everything. So I have an Apple TV now. I have an iPad. I actually got an iPhone as well, which I don't use still, but both the iPad and as well as the Apple TV, I kind of found myself just like using in general, especially the iPad. The iPad's really nice, I gotta say. So I've grown on the Apple interface and everything when it comes to their products. But yeah, no, the Apple TV it's a good product, so I'm sure you will enjoy it. Once you go Apple, you can't go back. I don't know, but for me, that's not the case, at least. I actually still, my main phone is an Android. I do use S21 Plus Android phone, so Samsung, I should say, but it's Android interface. But yeah, especially the iPad, like I said, I am a huge fan of. So when it comes to those like portable computers, I guess I do prefer Apple right now. I'm just so used to Android though when it comes to my phone that I don't know if I could ever see myself switching over to the iPhone interface. I do have an iPhone 12 though. Who I got tonight, Washington or Indiana? Man, I want to say Washington because I am a huge fan of Russell Westbrook, but I gotta say, I watched Washington for the first time all season because obviously they've never really been on national television, but I watched them in their playing game against Boston. Oh my God, they're bad. Like, they don't have an offense. They don't run an offense. Their all offense is just like isolation, and Russell Westbrook tries to make plays with like moving the ball and try to find an open man, but even if he does, it seems like that they miss all their shots. So they're bad. So that mixed with, I actually like Indiana as well. I like Sabonis on the Pacers. I think he's a great player that's, you know, has a bright career ahead of him, bright future. So I would say Indiana. I'm going to go with Indiana, but man, it's Washington. I don't know how they're so bad. With the roster that they have, they should at least be a playoff team. But somehow they find themselves not in the playoffs, and I would actually, dare I say, I would even be surprised if they beat the Pacers. I really would, because from what I saw with them on their playing game was just so awful. Westbrook should have went to the Knicks. Man, that would have been something. Can you imagine if the Knicks had R.J. Barrett, Randall L, as well as Russell Westbrook? That would actually be a championship contending team, honestly. Yeah, the Knicks are something this year. What do I think about the plan? The plan's awesome. I actually like it. As an NBA fan in general, I really do. I like it. And even though as a Lakers fan, it was scary, and I actually talked about this on the show yesterday. I was like, I don't think they're going to beat the Warriors. They almost didn't beat the Warriors. They actually probably shouldn't have, but they did just enough to beat them. The drama that it brings, I like it. It makes it a little more interesting, right, for going into the playoffs, rather than just straight up, you know, the 8th seed playing the 1 seed, the 7th seed playing the 6th, because a heavy majority of those matches in the playoffs, right, they're going to be the either the 1 or 2 seeds winning those series pretty easily. So I think it helps spice up the playoffs a little bit, at least going into it, and it makes those low tier teams at least a bit more relevant going in as well. So yeah, I like it. I don't see a reason why it's bad, honestly. Yeah, and again, it makes these winding down to the season a bit more relevant as well. Exactly. Like, if it wasn't for the play-in, the end of the regular season really kind of just would have been whatever. But I actually found myself paying close attention, very close attention, to the final day of the NBA, mainly because of how the play-in matches were going to look. Especially with the Lakers, right? Like, up until pretty much the final day, the Lakers, it wasn't known if they were actually going to be the play-in or not. There's no way it could be a cakewalk for playoff teams anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Lakers absolutely are still one of the favorite teams to win the championship. Even though they're barely squeaking into the playoffs, that's not something that you can look at and be like, oh, well, you know, they're going to get knocked out by the Phoenix Suns now because they're the 7th seed. They barely meet. Like, no. Anyone, if you pay any bit of attention, I think, in fact, I'm actually curious what the odd makers have that series as. I would expect the Lakers to be favored in that series against the Suns, despite being the 7 versus the 2 seed. I really would. Like, the Lakers matchup-wise, they should be able to match up very well against the Phoenix Suns. Especially if LeBron's now back, which it definitely looks like he is. We just saw yesterday. I mean, the size of the Lakers, between not only Anthony Davis, but you also got Drummond, Marc Gasol, and the rotations that they could do with that, I don't think Phoenix really has a way to contest against that. So yeah. Anywho. All right. Anyways, this has been a fun conversation, but alas, all good things come to an end. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Those in chat hanging out and having a good time, having some good conversation. Always do appreciate it. But going to be wrapping things up for the stream. So I want to thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back next week. That's the plan. Again, we're getting closer. Obviously, if you sign up for the beta, look forward to some announcements in the near future. No dates just yet, but it is definitely coming up here. It really is. So, excited for that. All right, have a good night. Enjoy watching the playoffs if you are the NBA playoffs, whatever else you may be. And I'll see you all next weekend. Peace.